Hi, my name is Wanda from Sam Desire. Today we're going to be making an alpha rainbow bracelet, and I've already made my loop, but I have not made what comes after the loop. So we are going to get started with that now. And we are going to I have a total of 14 strings, but one is our leading string, so we have 13 strings. The 14th string, which is my leading string, what I used to make my loop, so I've put it on the other side and I'm just putting it back. So we're going to take 3 strings and put them on our left, and we're going to use the first string to make forward knots over the remaining 2. Now we're going to take 1 string and make a forward knot over the last one there. Now we're going to go back to the 4 on the other side. We're going to pick it up, and we're going to use every string but our leading string. So we're going to take 1 normal string and we're going to make backward knots over the remaining 3 strings there. And then we're going to take another string and we're going to make backward knots over the remaining 2 strings there. And we're going to stop there. So you can see the remaining 2 strings there. There's one normal one and then there's our leading string. Now we're going to take the other 2 strings, the ones we made backward knots with, and we're going to take the first string we made a forward knot with, and we're going to make forward knots over the first 3. Remove your leading string, put that on one side. So we're going to make 3 forward knots with the other 3 strings on our right. This is 1, 2, and then 3. This is our last one, and we're going to put the 2 strings to the side, the ones we made forward knot on top and the one we made the forward knot with. And I'm going to take this second string we used to make forward knots on the left. I'm going to make 2 forward knots there. And now we're going to remove those 2 strings too, and we're going to use the last string and we'll make a forward knot over it. And we're done for one side. So now we're going to go to the one on the left hand side and we're going to do something exactly similar. So separate them into groups, 4 on one side, 3 on the other, and this side we don't have any leading string, so we're just going to make a forward knot over the remaining 3, and then we're going to use the next string and make forward knot over the remaining 2 strings. And we're going to make another forward knot over the last string, but we can do that later instead. And so we're going to take the side that has 3 strings and we're going to make backward knots over the 2 strings. We're going to make another backward knot. Now this bracelet is a 14 one. Remember, 14 string, but the 14th string is our leading string, so overall it's just like 13 strings. And now we're going to take the one we used to make the first forward knot, and we're going to make 2 forward knots, 3 forward knots, sorry. That's 1, that's 2, and this is our 3. Put those 2 last strings to one side, and we're going to take the second string we used to make. Oh no, I'm just going to make my last forward knot here so I don't have to do it again later. So we're going to take the second string we made a forward knot with. We're going to make 2 forward knots on the other strings on the left. That's 1, and this is our 2. Push those 2 on one side, and we're going to take the string we just made a backward forward knot with now, and we're going to make one forward knot there. That's it. So this is how we are going to start. So now we're going to take all our strings, which should be 13. I'm just using this as a way to count because it's so annoying when you start and you realize you don't have enough background string. You can be so angry with it. Now we have everything and we are going to start. Now we're going to start with backward knots from the right all the way to the left. Now this is an alpha bracelet, so we're just going to make them and they'll form like some sort of, is it vertical or horizontal? It just shall form a straight line. So we started with a forward knot and we're going to continue until when we reach the second to the last string. Because in this video we're going to be using the flat alpha technique. So I'm taking the next two, the third and fourth string, and I'm going to make backward knots over them too. Okay, so I'm finally done with the second to the last string, and for the last string I'm going to make a forward backward knot. Now we're making a forward backward knot here because we are using the flat alpha technique. And you make another forward backward knot. And now we're going to introduce our next string, which will be a different color. Here I'm using what I think is a peach colored string. So now I'm going to attach my string. This should be fairly easy. I don't use tape or anything. I just hold the end of the string down at the back of my bracelet. I just push it onto it so hard that it can't move. And then I take the next string, which will be the second string here. And then I'm going to make a forward knot on it. The first half of a forward knot on it. Then take your previously pink string, your leading string, and pass it through, or just cross it, pull it from the other side or the back, and then use the peach string and make another forward knot and close it, and there you have it. You've attached a different color and the other string is at the back. So we're going to do this until we reach the second to the last string again. So we're going to stop on second to the last string, then we'll switch back to the color. Fair warning, this bracelet should have a lot of color switches. Now we're here. Sometimes you can use a ruler. I prefer to use my scissors because I don't carry a ruler with me, so scissors are more handy. And now for the edges, this can be tricky. So take your peach string and put it behind the last string. There, pull it up, and take your leading string, which is the pink string, or I don't know the color, and make a forward knot. Don't make it too tight, just make it tight enough that you can feel, but not too tight that it wants to just bend. And then make a backward knot. Now make another forward backward knot on the same string. Now continue to make backward knots till when you get to the second to the last string again. Now this is how we're going to make this cute rainbow bracelet. And I'm sorry if my voice sounded a bit off. I think I took a break and now I have a sore throat. So you can continue this to your desired length. All you have to do is to make one row of, let's say you're using whites as your leading string, make one row with whites, then switch the color to maybe black, then switch again, make another row of whites, switch back and use gray. Your choice. I'm using
a lighter shade of pink. I regret not using darker colors here so you could see it more, but I think this was much more clear than the last one. Again, I'm changing my string by holding it back. You could tape it down, but like I said, I don't have tape. Then pass your leading string through, let it come out on the other side, pull, and another forward knot. There. And there you have it, another successful color change. Now, the good thing about clean back technique is that if your string is sticking out, you can just pull the other end and it goes back. Oh, and when you're done, the easiest way is to just cut off the extra strings that are sticking out very close to the back, as close as possible. You could tie them then cut them, but I recommend just cutting them or using glue, because if you tie it, it will be a little rough on your skin, and if you use glue, it will still be a little rough on your skin. So your best option is to cut it off as close to the bracelet as possible. And we have come to the point where I'm going to switch back to my original color. Now please, if you know the color of this string, please let me know. You can Instagram, drop it in the comment, just please let me know. I keep calling it pink, but I'm sure it is not pink and it's not brown. I'm going to continue with this, but I will show the other bracelet that I'm making, this one, so you can see the back. Okay, this is how it's going to look after some time. Alright then, bye.